Sudan is now experiencing what the UN calls the world's largest humanitarian crisis, as massacres are live-streamed and foreign governments get more involved in the dispute over control of gold, oil, and land. But years ago, Sudan was in the headlines for another crisis, one caused by the United States when it mistakenly bombed a medical factory in Sudan, caused a national healthcare collapse, and never even apologized for it. So let's get straight into it. In 1998, former US President Bill Clinton ordered a cruise missile strike on the Shifa plant in Khartoum. Shifa, which means healing in Arabic, was Sudan's largest pharmaceutical factory, a place that produced antibiotics, malaria treatments, and the basic medicine that millions relied on. Clinton framed the strike as retaliation for the Al-Qaeda bombings of US embassies in Kenya and Tanzania. Then National Security Advisor Sandy Berger went further, telling CNN that the United States had, quote, physical evidence that the Shifa plant was producing a precursor for VX nerve gas. VX is one of the world's most toxic chemical warfare agents. Berger said the evidence was, quote, highly classified and therefore could not be released, but insisted he had no question about it. Sudan rejected the accusations and challenged the claims in the United Nations. Sudanese officials even opened the destroyed factory to journalists and investigators. They even requested a UN inspection team, but that proposal was vetoed by the United States. Meanwhile, Washington failed to provide any public proof of a bin Laden connection, or any verifiable evidence that VX precursors were being produced at the factory. Donald Peterson, the former US ambassador to Sudan, later said bluntly, quote, the evidence was not conclusive and was not enough to justify an act of war. But by then, the damage was done. Sudan had lost its main pharmaceutical facility, the one place capable of producing affordable medicine at scale. Hospitals struggled to find antibiotics. Clinics in rural regions ran out of basic treatments. A country already struggling under sanctions faced a deepening humanitarian disaster because its primary source of essential medicines had been turned to rubble overnight. And the story doesn't end there. As this unfolded, President Clinton was engulfed in the Monica Lewinsky scandal and facing impeachment. Sudanese Minister of State Gabriel Roric directly pointed to this, saying the missile strike was, quote, a desperate attempt by US leadership to distract from the scandal consuming Washington. But history shows that these actions are not new. We saw it in Iraq with the Phantom weapons of mass destruction. We are seeing echoes of it today with US strikes on boats off Venezuela's coast. So here's my question. When powerful nations act on claims they refuse to prove, who pays the price and who gets to rewrite the story?